I love Kaal Bhairav, the guardian of the ancient city of Kashi, the fierce Ugram form of Lord Shiva himself. And for me, Kaal Bhairav, my big protective older brother who always ensures that I am on the path of Dharma, the right path at all times. Last year, I did a 43-day non-stop Upasana of Kaal Bhairav. I can't tell you how much it changed my entire being, my entire life, my destiny. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step exactly how I did my Kaal Bhairav Upasana. The stotram I used, what I wore, how I sat, the vow that I took, and I'll also be covering your frequently asked questions such as, can I do this on my period? This video is part 3 of my Kaal Bhairav series. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, part 1 is all about how Kaal Bhairav stepped into my life and completely changed it. Part 2 is all about how to prepare yourself for Kaal Bhairav Upasana, because this Upasana is not to be taken lightly. It is truly for the deep spiritual seekers who are here for the truth, the ultimate truth. Welcome to today's video. Let's dive straight into how to do Kaal Bhairav Upasana. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amrita. I was born in Chennai, I grew up in Australia, and I moved to the US in my early 20s to pursue my purpose in life and to do my MBA. I have been on my spiritual journey since I was a little kid. I didn't even know who Kaal Bhairav was even a year ago. Going down the path of Ugra Devata worship, meeting Kaal Bhairav, allowing Kaal Bhairav to take me to Devi Ma. This whole past year has been incredible for me spiritually, and now you guys are part of that journey. So let's do this. Here's how I did Kaal Bhairav Upasana, and I used Rajarshi Nandy's video as guidance for the whole thing. I also adapted what he suggested to suit my capabilities and my unique circumstances. And I always use intuition. I don't follow anyone blindly. I always listen to what they say. Does this feel right for me? Then I will double check that with the deity. In this case, Kaal Bhairav. Hey Kaal Bhairav, is it okay if I do it this way? And if that's a tick, 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 then we proceed. And I would encourage you to do exactly the same thing. So I did my Kaal Bhairav Upasana for 43 days. I prayed to Kaal Bhairav to ask him exactly which day I should start. And the really cool thing with timing is that the day that Kaal Bhairav chose meant on the 43rd day, the last day of Upasana for me was on Mahashivaratri, which was awesome. So I actually stayed up very late into the night doing the Upasana and finishing off my mandala. The mantra that I chose was the Kaal Bhairav Ashtakam. If you don't know the Kaal Bhairav Ashtakam, don't stress. If I can learn it, you can learn it. I will always recommend referring to the Sanskrit channel for learning new stotrams, mantras, etc. because the pronunciation on there is just beautiful and perfect. I'll explain my exact physical setup. Rajarshi Nandy says that you should wear all black, or you should wear at least one item of clothing or a black mala. So I actually picked out my Kaal Bhairav Upasana fit. It was like black leggings and a loose black t-shirt. And I don't know if this sounds really gross, but I wore the same outfit for the entire 43 days that I did the Upasana. So just for that 1 hour a day that I did the Upasana, I feel like that t-shirt is like energetically charged right now. Rajarshi Nandy also suggests that you cover your feet. I basically sat on like a meditation cushion, wore all black, and I covered my legs just with another like black cloth. And because I had to be a little bit secretive about this, I didn't actually have a murti for this. All I had, which for me symbolized Kaal Bhairav's energy, was my beautiful Kaal Bhairav Raksha that I got from India a few years ago. Again, go watch part 1 for the story behind this. And I had a Rudraksh mala. I actually think I went and bought that mala somewhere just for this. While I was doing the Upasana, I basically wore the Rudraksh mala and I would recite the Kaal Bhairav Ashtakam. In terms of murti or image, I ended up just having an image of Kaal Bhairav on my phone. Rajarshi Nandy suggests a particular image that should contain 3 elements of Kaal Bhairav, and it's Kashi Kaal Bhairav that he advises us to use as the image during Upasana. I think I found the right image, so if you actually are interested and you're actually going to do Kaal Bhairav Upasana, you can email me. Find my email in the description below, and I will send you the exact image that I believe is the right one. the recommendation from Rajarshi Nandy is to recite the Kaal Bhairav Ashtakam 30 times a day for 43 days. And I tried doing this on the first day. I tried doing it 30 times. It was very challenging. This was my first time praying to an Ugra Devata like Kaal Bhairav, and doing 30 just straight off the bat like that, I couldn't hold the energy of Kaal Bhairav for that extended period of time on my first day. And so I was like, you know what? I will progressively increase the number of times that I recite the Kaal Bhairav Ashtakam over the period of the 43 days. Now I am very much capable of sitting down and doing like 30 recitation and sustaining that energy for an extended period of time. But back then, I needed to adapt this sadhana so I would actually stick to it. I just recited the Kaal Bhairav Ashtakam once a day for the first 3 days, and then as I felt myself getting used to that energy, being able to hold that energy, then I would make an exponential jump. The next 3 days I would do 3 times a day. Then the next 3 days I'm like, oh wow, I'm able to hold this energy effectively, let me just jump up to 5 times a day. And I kept jumping and jumping and jumping up until I hit 30 times a day. So I probably recited the Kaal Bhairav Ashtakam 30 times a day for about the last 10 days of the Upasana. And that it still worked for me. Whatever needed to happen through that Upasana successfully happened, and it was still highly effective. One more thing I will say is, before I do any Upasana, I will always commit that I'm going to give something up. It could be an addiction that I have, like scrolling. It could be a dietary restriction that I decide to take on. For Kaal Bhairav, I really stuck to the sattvic diet. This wasn't like super hard for me. I couldn't eat outside. I stopped eating egg. And so I was just on a very strict vegetarian sattvic diet for the whole time. That made the process so much more impactful and transformational, because I could feel that when you stop eating onion and garlic, your whole system just calms down a little bit, and it becomes a lot more open to energy. And the transformation that's possible in you is just magnified or multiplied because of your sattvic diet. So I highly recommend taking on a sattvic vegetarian diet during that period of time. I'm also just going to mention 2 more things because it comes up all the time. Number 1, if you're someone who has a regular period, it is okay for you to take a break for those 3 to 4 days and then continue with the Upasana after that. It doesn't mean you're breaking the Upasana. It just means like, hello, like I'm going to take a break during these intense 4 days. Your body's already going through such an ordeal. Well, at least I do when I'm on my period. It's a war. So during that time, you can just kind of take it easy, and connect to Kaal Bhairav in other ways. Read about him, hear his stories, listen to the Ashtakam if you want. Secondly, the advice is that you don't travel. For those 43 days, you're doing the Upasana in the same space every day. But I did have to go on a business trip once during the Upasana. I just kept doing the Upasana, and again, for me, this all worked out. Might it have been even more powerful and impactful if I had stuck more strictly to the advice? Maybe. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, it's okay for you to be a little bit flexible with this. I would rather you do this Upasana and adapt it for who you are and where you are in your life than wait until the perfect opportunity where you will be able to do exactly 30 recitations every day and you can't travel and like just start. Relax, just start. That's probably my best advice. And that's how I did my 43-day Kaal Bhairav Upasana. I would highly recommend that you watch part 2, the previous episode of this series, which is called How to Prepare for Upasana. It's not just about being able to recite the mantra every day. It's about your intentions as well. What are your intentions as you start this? If you have any questions about doing Kaal Bhairav Upasana, just drop them in the comments below. And in the next episode, I'm going to be talking to you about what happened in my life during the Upasana and after. What were some of the intense experiences I had meeting Kaal Bhairav, and how did my life change after that? Hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and let's start a young people's spiritual revolution. I'll see you in the next episode.